There's a storm brewing in the silver market right now, and almost nobody is talking about it. Not the news, not your bank, not your financial advisor. And if you miss what is happening, you might look back 5 years from now and wish you had paid attention today. If you are interested in money, finance, or changing your financial future, like this video and subscribe right now, because what you are about to learn can change the way you see money forever. Let me start by asking you something simple. Have you ever felt like the financial system was designed for someone else? Like no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you save, the people at the top always seem to get richer while you stay exactly where you are? If you have ever felt that way, you are not imagining it. And what I am about to show you today is one of the biggest reasons why. There's a place called COMEX. Most people have never heard of it. But the decisions that happen there every single day affect the price of almost everything in your life, from the electronics you use, to the energy grid that powers your home, to the investments that could either protect your future or leave you completely exposed. COMEX is the commodities exchange, the largest exchange in the world for trading metals like gold, silver, copper, and platinum. Think of it like a massive auction house, but instead of paintings, they're auctioning control over the prices of the metals that run the modern world. And right now, something is happening at COMEX that has not happened in decades. Something that the biggest financial minds in the world are watching very carefully. But they are not telling you about it. I will get to exactly what that is in just a moment. But first, you need to understand something important about silver itself, because most people completely misunderstand what silver actually is. When most people think of silver, they think of jewelry. Maybe a necklace their grandmother wore, or fancy silverware sitting in a cabinet somewhere collecting dust. But here's the reality that will completely change how you see this metal. Silver is not just a pretty decoration. Silver is one of the most industrially essential elements on the planet. It is inside your smartphone. It is inside solar panels. It is inside electric vehicles. It is inside medical equipment, water purification systems, semiconductors, and military technology. Silver conducts electricity better than any other metal on Earth. That is not a small thing. That is everything in a world that runs on electricity. And here's the part that nobody talks about. Unlike gold, which gets melted down and recycled over and over, most of the silver that gets used in industrial applications gets consumed. It gets used up. It disappears into products and cannot be recovered easily. So every year the world is using silver faster than it is mining it. And the gap between supply and demand has been growing quietly for years. But what happened next changed everything. In the last 2 years, something accelerated. The global push toward clean energy, toward electric vehicles, toward solar power, toward green technology has absolutely exploded the demand for silver. A single electric vehicle uses roughly twice as much silver as a traditional gas-powered car. A single solar panel uses a significant amount of silver too, and the world is building solar farms at a pace never seen before in human history. Governments around the world are spending trillions of dollars building out this green energy infrastructure, and every single dollar of that spending requires silver. Meanwhile, silver mining has not kept up. Opening a new silver mine takes years of planning, permits, environmental approvals, and billions of dollars in investment. You cannot just turn on a tap and get more silver when demand spikes. The world is consuming silver at a record pace, but production is growing slowly. This is the supply and demand story hiding in plain sight. And this is where COMEX comes in, because what is happening there right now is the signal that very few people are paying attention to. Let me explain COMEX to you in a way that actually makes sense. Imagine you are a farmer. You grow wheat. Before you even harvest your crop, you can sell contracts to buyers who agree to pay you a fixed price for your wheat when it is ready. This protects you from prices dropping before you sell. The buyer benefits too because they lock in a price before it might go up. This is called a futures contract. COMEX works the same way for metals. Companies, banks, hedge funds, and investors buy and sell contracts for silver that will be delivered in the future. Most of these contracts never result in actual physical silver changing hands. They just get settled in cash. The price goes up, you profit. The price goes down, you lose. It is essentially a giant betting market on where silver prices will go. But here's where it gets really interesting. And this is where the historic pattern I mentioned is starting to break. For decades, COMEX has operated in a very specific way. There was always far more paper silver, meaning contracts and promises, than there was actual physical silver sitting in the vaults. At any given time, COMEX might have contracts for 100 ounces of silver, but only hold 10 ounces of real physical metal. As long as most people never actually demand delivery of the real metal, this system works fine. It is a bit like a bank. The bank does not hold every dollar of every account in physical cash. They lend it out and keep just enough on hand for normal withdrawals. As long as nobody panics, it works. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The ratio of paper silver to real physical silver at COMEX has been getting more and more extreme over time. And in recent months, something has shifted. A very unusual number of traders and institutions have been demanding actual physical delivery of silver from COMEX, not just cash settlement. Real bars of silver physically moved out of the vaults, and the vaults have been draining. Think about what that means for a second. When the vaults drain, there is less and less physical silver backing all those paper contracts. When physical inventory falls, the pressure on the system grows. And when pressure on a system that was never designed to face real delivery demand starts to face real delivery demand, the result can be explosive. Most people never realize this part, but this exact scenario has happened before in history. The most famous example was in 1980, when two brothers named Nelson and Herbert Hunt tried to corner the silver market. They bought so much silver, both physical and futures, that they drove the price from around $1.50 per ounce all the way up to $50 per ounce in just a few years. When the system finally broke, prices collapsed in a single day. It was one of the most dramatic moments in commodity market history. But here is what most people forget. In the months before the collapse, there were signs. The pattern was visible to those who knew where to look. Right now, in 2025, a new pattern is visible. And it is not just individual investors noticing it. Major financial institutions are watching COMEX inventory levels very carefully. Analysts who have spent their careers studying commodity markets are saying publicly that something unusual is happening. The historic pattern at COMEX is breaking down. Here is where this gets personal. And I want you to stay with me, because this part directly affects your financial life, even if you have never thought about silver for a single second. Picture a regular family. Let us call them the Johnsons. 2 working parents, 2 kids, a mortgage, a car payment, and maybe a few $100s saved in a regular bank account every month. They do their best. They work hard. They believe that if they save enough and stay out of debt, everything will work out. And for a long time, that was a reasonable plan. But here is what the Johnsons do not realize. The money sitting in their savings account is slowly being eaten alive by inflation. Every year, the purchasing power of their savings decreases. Things cost more. The dollar buys less, and the interest their bank pays them on their savings account does not even come close to covering the loss. The Johnsons are doing everything right by the old rules, but the old rules are quietly failing them. Now, this is where the story of silver becomes directly relevant to families like the Johnsons. Throughout human history, silver and gold have served as real stores of value. Not because of tradition or superstition, but because of simple math. You cannot print more silver. You cannot create it out of thin air. A government cannot decide to make more silver the way a central bank can print more paper money. When the value of paper money falls, real physical assets like silver tend to rise. This is not a theory. This has happened over and over throughout history, in ancient Rome, in medieval Europe, in Weimar Germany, in modern Venezuela. When paper currencies lose value, hard assets preserve wealth. But here is the twist in our story. Silver is not just a wealth preservation tool like gold. Because of that massive industrial demand we talked about, silver has something gold does not have. It has a fundamental floor of demand that does not go away even if investors lose interest. Even if nobody wanted silver as an investment, the solar industry, the electric vehicle industry, and the electronics industry would still need it desperately. That dual nature, both a monetary metal and an industrial metal, is what makes silver so fascinating right now, and this is where everything changes. Because when you combine a structural supply deficit, meaning the world uses more silver than it mines, with record industrial demand from the green energy revolution, with a historic breakdown happening at COMEX right now, with the global trend away from faith in paper currencies, what you get is a setup that silver has not seen in modern financial history. Multiple forces all pushing in the same direction at the same time. And when markets move, they tend to overshoot. They do not just go up a little. When the pressure has been building for years and it finally releases, the move can be violent and fast. Now let me be very clear about something. I am not here to tell you to run out and buy silver tomorrow. I am not a financial advisor. What I am doing is showing you the information that most people never see, so you can make your own informed decisions. The best thing you can do with any financial information is understand it deeply, then consult someone qualified to help you apply it to your specific situation. But I also want to be honest with you about something that most finance channels will never say. The system is not neutral. The game has rules. And most people were never taught those rules. They were taught to work hard, save money, trust the bank, and hope for the best. And that advice worked reasonably well in a different era. But we are living in a different world now. A world where technology is disrupting entire industries overnight. A world where governments are spending money at levels that would have seemed impossible 20 years ago. A world where the supply chains we took for granted are revealing themselves to be fragile and complex in ways we never imagined. In this world, financial literacy is not a luxury. It is not something only rich people need. It is survival information. Knowing what COMEX is, knowing why silver is different from other assets, knowing how to think about protecting your purchasing power over time, these are not complicated things. but they require someone to actually explain them clearly and honestly. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do here. Let me bring you back to what is happening right now, because the timing of this matters. COMEX has historically maintained what analysts call a comfortable level of registered silver inventory. Registered inventory is the silver that is actually available for immediate delivery. It is the real stuff sitting in vaults, ready to be handed over if someone demands it. For many years, this registered inventory stayed relatively stable. There were fluctuations, but nothing dramatic. The system hummed along, but starting in recent months, registered silver inventory at COMEX has been falling sharply. At certain points, the ratio of open contracts to available physical silver has reached levels that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. When analysts run the numbers, they find that if even a small fraction of current contract holders demanded physical delivery simultaneously, the available inventory would be exhausted almost immediately. This is not speculation. These are publicly available numbers. Anyone with the time to read COMEX reports can see it. The question is whether enough people will understand what those numbers mean before the market moves. And nobody talks about this part, but the entities that are moving silver out of COMEX vaults are not small retail investors. They are large institutions. They are funds based in Asia, particularly in China and India, where there is a deep cultural and financial preference for holding real physical metal rather than paper promises. They are sovereign wealth funds and central banks that have been quietly increasing their positions in real assets. They are industrial companies locking in physical supply because they are worried about future availability. In other words, the smart money is moving. And when the smart money moves quietly before the public catches on, that is historically the signal that something significant is about to happen. Think about what happened with gold over the last 20 years. In the early 2000s, gold was trading for around $250 to $300 per ounce. Most financial advisors told their clients that gold was a relic of the past with no place in a modern portfolio. The stock market was the future. Tech was the future. Gold was for paranoid people who did not trust the system. Fast forward to today, and gold has traded above $2,000 per ounce. The people who listened to the conventional wisdom and ignored gold missed one of the most significant wealth preservation opportunities in a generation. The people who did their own research, understood the fundamental forces at play, and made thoughtful decisions made out significantly. Silver has not made that move yet. It has trailed gold significantly, but the fundamental forces pushing it are in many ways stronger right now than the forces that drove gold's ascent. And here is the reality shock moment I want you to sit with. The average person does not make life-changing financial decisions because they are not smart enough. They make the wrong decisions because they never had access to this kind of information. They were too busy working to research commodity markets. They trusted the people who were supposed to guide them, and those people were often guided by incentives that had nothing to do with the average person's best interests. Banks make money when you keep your money in savings accounts they can lend out. Financial advisors often earn commissions on the products they recommend. The media covers what attracts eyeballs, not what protects your wealth. So who is left to connect the dots for you? That is what this channel exists to do. Let me give you the big picture one more time before we get to the ending, because I want this to be crystal clear in your mind. Silver is running a structural supply deficit. The world uses more of it every year than it mines. The green energy revolution is accelerating industrial demand at a historic pace. Electric vehicles, solar panels, and modern technology all require silver in quantities that were unimaginable a decade ago. COMEX, the exchange that sets the global benchmark for silver prices, is showing cracks in its historic pattern. Physical inventory is draining. The ratio of paper contracts to real silver is at extreme levels. Large institutions are demanding physical delivery rather than cash settlement, a behavior that signals they do not trust the paper price to hold. Meanwhile, paper currencies around the world are under pressure from massive government spending and debt levels that have never been seen outside of wartime. When paper currencies weaken, hard assets like silver have historically been among the best places to protect purchasing power. And unlike gold, silver has an industrial floor of demand that makes it uniquely positioned in this particular economic environment. None of these forces is guaranteed to produce any specific outcome on any specific timeline. Markets are complex. Unexpected things happen. Anyone who tells you they know exactly when silver will move, or by how much, is either lying to you or fooling themselves. And what we can say is that the conditions that historically precede major moves in the silver price are aligning in an unusual way, and the historic pattern at COMEX is breaking down in a way that very few people are paying attention to. Now here's the part I really want you to think about, because this is where it gets personal again. You do not have to be wealthy to start thinking about your financial future differently. You do not have to have thousands of dollars to invest. The most important thing is not the amount of money you have right now. The most important thing is whether you decide to start paying attention, whether you decide to learn. Whether you decide that your financial future is worth your time and energy, even when the whole world seems designed to keep you distracted. The Johnsons, that family I mentioned earlier, they are not going to wake up one morning and suddenly discover all of this on their own. Not because they are not smart, but because nobody put this information in front of them. Most people are one financial concept away from seeing the world completely differently. One idea away from making decisions that could compound over decades into genuine financial security. That one idea might be understanding what COMEX is and why it matters. It might be understanding the difference between paper assets and real assets. It might be understanding how supply and demand actually works in commodity markets. It might be understanding why silver is not just jewelry, but one of the most critical industrial materials in the world economy. Whatever that one idea is for you, the point is that learning it changes you. Once you understand something, you cannot ununderstand it. And that understanding, compounded over years of better decisions, is how real financial change actually happens. Not through luck, not through being born into the right family, not through winning the lottery. Through learning, through making better decisions consistently, through understanding the forces that shape the financial world before those forces shape your life without your permission. Here is the decision moment I want to leave you with. You just spent the last 20 minutes learning something that the majority of people around you will never know. You now understand what COMEX is. You understand why silver is different from every other commodity. You understand the supply and demand dynamics that are building pressure in the silver market. You understand the historic pattern that is breaking down. You understand why large institutions are moving quietly while most people look the other way. And you understand why financial literacy in this era is not optional for anyone who wants to build real security for themselves and their family. Now you have a choice. You can close this video, go back to what you were doing, and let this information fade like most things do when we do not act on them. Or you can decide that what you just learned matters, that your financial future matters, that the next decision you make about your money will be a slightly more informed one than the last. The people who look back with no regrets are not the ones who were the luckiest. They are the ones who paid attention when it mattered. They are the ones who were willing to feel a little uncomfortable and learn something that most people around them were ignoring. They are the ones who decided that the discomfort of learning something new was worth it, compared to the discomfort of looking back and wishing they had known. That decision is yours to make, and you get to make it right now. If you learned something new today, make sure to subscribe to Money Insights and like this video. More powerful financial truths are coming next.